Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 25. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the quarterback position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, before we do want to get into the new cards right here, I want to take a look at the old tier list where I do think everyone needs to drop down a singular tier. I want to circle back on something because in the last quarterback update video, I got a ton of comments on how Jalen is just so easily in the S tier, and the reason I have him in the A tier was to do with this hot route animation. And if you circle back to that video and read some of the comments on just people just really thinking I'm crazy or stupid for putting Hurts in the A tier, then the Madden Bowl comes around and Drake May, Jaden Daniels are both used over Jalen Hurts, who they all had access to. Yeah, hot routes are very important as well. It's why, again, I don't like Mahomes, I don't like Stafford. I really can't use this 95 Jalen Hurts card, and I kind of wanted to explain why it's important too before we get into the new cards. Being able to quick hike in this game, make like 2 hot routes, snap the ball instantly is very, very important, right? Like, you don't want to give people consistent time to set up the disengage. You don't want to give them consistent time to do the loop with coverage adjustments. Like, there's a reason why the top best MCS players did not use Jalen Hurts, okay? And that is the reason. Ability standpoint, he's phenomenal. That's why he's even making the list. I halfway debated him even being in this tier where the hot routes just make me not want to use you. But with that being said, we can drop down everyone a singular tier. And now this is going to be the list before we get into the new cards. First cards we got today are upgradable cards. The first one we're going to take a look at is Benkert. That does start off at the 86 and you can get him up to the 96. Now, we're not going to look at the base 96 card because I feel like there's no point. The good one is the upgradable one, and this card right here does get all 32 team chems, so you could get him up to 90 speed, 97 throw power, hits all accuracy thresholds. Over the top one is a release, is kind of like the weakness. That is like the Tim Tebow release. This is what I would do. Backyard quarterback for 1, gunslinger for 1, that's 2 AP. On top of that, he can get the conductor for 2 and the gift wrap for 1. In total, you're spending a 5 AP, which is really, really good. And I think this is a card that I think is a step above the B tier. I would slightly place him in the A tier on this level right here. He's more like bottom end, of course. You could debate B tier as well, but all 32 team chems as well. It is really nice to have him and the rookie cards in the lineup too, giving them a speed point. So I'm gonna place Benkert in this A tier. After that, we get upgradable Justin Fields from the free agency promo, and this card right here is up to 97 speed, all 32 team chems, so you could easily get him up to 99 speed. That's kind of nuts, right? 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, and this time right here over the top 2, this is like Gen 2. It's like an okay release, nothing special, right? Justin Fields abilities though this time does get the gunslinger for 0 AP. I don't think you need to run like roaming or anything right here for AP, but gunslinger for 0 is nice. Could go the master attack, but I would go the backyard quarterback for 2, the conductor for 0 to just basically build master attack. That right now we're spending 2 AP. On top of that, you really only need a gift wrap for 1. I know a lot of people, by the way, too, I'm not mentioning it a lot, you could run the set feet lead on top of this or pass lead elite on top of everything too, but just base stack, I don't think you need it. I understand why you would, but I mean, that's a 3 AP stack for Justin Fields. I will say this is another card that I don't think he's an S tier quarterback, but I do think he's in this A tier, and I think you can debate placement. I can understand you liking Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May more than him. Better from an ability standpoint, but these cards releases are a lot better. So yeah, I think Justin Fields is cool in the A tier. After that, we get Champs Reward Joe Milton right here, and this card is 6'5", 246, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, does have 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, 3/4 1 as a release, and this time Joe Milton, from an ability standpoint, gets gunslinger for 1, and then you could go the jukebox for 0. It's a 0 AP ability. 1 AP slinger, can't get the master attack, can't get backyard quarterback, which I just think at this point it's what's the point, right? I've been waiting on a Joe Milton card too. I thought he'd be really, really cool, and it's just they just made him kind of bad, right? I mean, no master attack. I don't think I can place him above C. I think I would place him in the D tier, kind of by that 95 Michael Penix. Again, for me, it's just no master attack at this point, no backyard quarterback, no there's just no point to use the card in my opinion. After that, we get 96 overall Bo Nix. Now this card right here is 6'2", 214. You can get 2 throw power on him, so he could be 99 throw power, 95 speed, 90s across the board for accuracy. If you don't like the card, I don't think you'll like 3/4 2, right? I think this is his weakness. 3/4 2, not really a good release, but Bo Nix from an ability standpoint is so much fun because he's a quarterback that does get the truz and it does work. So for me, that's my big selling point on Bo Nix. I like the truz, and that's why it ranks so high. For me, what I would run, I'd run the truz for 1. I would go backyard quarterback for 0. I would go gunslinger for 0, right? So that stack right there, 1 AP so far. On top of that, you can go the conductor for 0, gift wrap 4, in total 2 AP. Love that stack. Now, what I will say, the meta stack on Bo Nix is definitely pass lead elite, backyard quarterback, gunslinger, then conductor, gift wrap, that time for 4 AP. That's what probably most people would run on him. But for me, I just love the truz. And I think no matter how you do it, again, his release isn't the best, but I think he is an S tier quarterback. And again, I didn't even mention escape artist. If you want to run a little like rollout scheme, he's great for that too. So I do think Bo Nix is deserving of this S tier. After that, we get Dontari Poe. And I didn't know I'd say this, but I think Dontari Poe is the best quarterback in the game. I mean, he's 6'3", 346, kind of funny. 95 speed, could get him up to 99 throw power. Again, does give +1 throw power, then strategy item, could give the 99 throw power. Hits 90, so hits all the actually thresholds. This time 3/4 5 is a release. This is the Baker Mayfield release. It's the best release in the game, okay? So Dontari Poe, best release in the game. It's fast, and being a big body is actually pretty nice in this game. And this time Dontari Poe, from an ability standpoint, let's look at his player specific first, where he can get like the freight train for 1, which is kind of, again, interesting on the quarterback. But another quarterback that you can run the set feet lead type of stack on, like Bo Nix, but I would go gunslinger, backyard quarterback right here. And on top of that, you can run the conductor for 0, and then you can run gift wrap for 1. So he could be a 1 AP QB stack, or he'd be like a 5 AP with like set feet lead, backyard quarterback, gunslinger for 1. And again, best release in the game. I think he's basically better Drake May at that point. I think he's probably the best quarterback in the game. Dontari Poe, top in the S tier. After that, we get Josh Dobbs, aka Passionate. We're going to cover the 96 then the 97 and look at them both at the same time. So he's 6'3", 220, 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, over the top 2, again, Gen 2 as a release. Now, abilities on the card, he does get some discounted buckets like this right here, but player specific, it's pro reads for 3. This is basically like fearless for 3, and I don't love it, I'll be honest. Like, it's not like insane. It'd be like backyard quarterback, gunslinger for 4. On top of that, I mean, he doesn't even get conductor. So this card, like, I'm not really a big fan of this card, okay? Like the 96, whatever. Let's look at the 97 from an ability standpoint, because the stats are going to look really, really similar, right? I mean, it's 95 speed, 96 throw power, again, same release. He does actually get a pretty good stack where it is gunslinger, backyard quarterback, 2 AP, right? We can make that work. And then on top of that, you can run the conductor for 3, and then you can run the gift wrap for 4. So it's a 4 AP stack. I think the 97 is pretty similar to Benkert. While I don't really like the 96, like the 96 would probably be like D tier for me, and the 97 would be right by Benkert in this A tier. I do like him. Again, I think these two cards right here are debatably in the B tier, but I slightly have them in the A tier. After that, we do get Sam Darnold right here, and Sam Darnold is 6'3", 225, 90 speed, 92 acceleration, does have 97 throw power, also gets all 32 team chem, so could get him up to 92 speed, of course. And this time, release over the top 2. We talked about over the top 2 already, but he gets a insane ability stack, and he can get gunslinger, gift wrap for 0 right here, backyard quarterback for 2, the conductor for 0, and that's 2 AP stack right there. Really, really nice. Now, I will say again, I don't think he's an S tier quarterback. You can run the set feed lead or the pass lead on him as well, and that would be either like 7 or 8 AP, depending on which one you want to run. For me though, Sam Darnold, I think he's again kind of on this A tier level, and I still don't hate to take the like Josh Allen, Jane Daniels, and Drake May more than him. Like, he gets a better ability stack, but again, I think these cards releases are really, really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna play Sam Darnold in this A tier yet again. After that, we get a pretty tough card. We get Michael Vick right here, and I'll talk about why I said that, but you can get this card up to 99 speed. Like, he gives the boost, of course, and 98 throw power, could get that to 99 with the strategy item, and 3/4 1 is a really good release in the game. Now, Michael Vick abilities are again kind of crazy. Player specific right here. You could run like the brick wall, which this is like, if you play college football, kind of almost similar to extender. It's kind of dumb. So you can run the brick wall if you did want to do that, but would probably be gunslinger, backyard quarterback, truz for 1. I think that's what I would do. On top of that, besides the backyard quarterback and the gunslinger, of course, we're going to want that conductor ability where you get it right here for 0 and then gift wrap for 1, so 2 AP. And Vick, for me, I think the brick wall again is very, very interesting if you run that. It's just the fact that he's lefty, right? Like, if he was a righty, this would be the most easy addition to the S tier ever. He's going to struggle rolling out to the right. Besides that, he's a damn near perfect quarterback. So that is what's tough. It's either A or S for me. Oh man, he gets a great ability stack too. I think I would slightly lean Vick in the S tier. Okay, like he's more like A plus probably. I think I like him better than the A tier guys. This is debatable though, because you can simply say I'm not using a lefty, and I don't think you're wrong. I mean, Bo Nix has a weakness with his release. Dontari Poe really doesn't have a weakness, I guess. So like basically like Vick and Bo Nix like right by each other, because they both have, I think, a weakness. Yeah, man, Vick is tough. Vick is tough. We might come back to this. After that, we get team of the year Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson 6'2", 230, 97 speed, 97 throw power. Hits all accuracy thresholds, 3/4 one, so same release as Vick, but this time from an ability standpoint for Lamar, we go down to his buckets right here. The running gun for 2, pretty interesting yet again, like just being able to get those perfect throws on the run. Gunslinger master attack for 2 AP, not like the worst in the world by any means. I will say though, Lamar does have some slightly bad hot routes, like he plays with this towel or whatever. It's not as bad as like say Jalen Hurts or Mahomes or Matt Stafford, but he does have that as a little bit of a weakness too. So master attack, gunslinger, 2 AP. Also on top of that as well, you could run like a 0 AP ability right here, whether you want it to be like dashing deadeye, fast break, roaming deadeye, not bad for 0. Like just make something work right here for 0 AP. Of course, on top of that, you can run the anchored extender, the lofting deadeye, the quick draw. Like you can run a 0 AP ability right here, and I recommend the gift wrapped, of course, as well. So yeah, I like this card. I just don't think he's an S tier quarterback. I do think Vick is better than this card. So for me, Lamar is like, again, like another A tier guy. Like I'd place him by like Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I'd place him in the A tier. After that, we get 98 overall Jared Goff, and he is 6'4", 223, 82 speed, 87 acceleration with 98 throw power. Could get that up to 99 with the strategy item. The mobility at this point is a weakness, and you kind of want a mobile QB. Over the top 2 for Jared Goff, and this time abilities for Goff. He gets Gunslinger for 0, which is nice. So Gunslinger for 0 right here. You can run the Conductor for 1. On top of that, I mean, he does get this bucket right here for discount. So with Jared Goff, you would go Gunslinger for 0. You would go the backyard quarterback for 2, the Conductor for 0. In total, we spent 2, and then gift wrap for 3. I think his mobility is such a weakness though. It's like tough, right? Like if you're an all-out pocket passer every single play, I think you could debate in the A tier, but I would place this card in the B tier as well. Just again, the mobility is a very big weakness, but I do like his abilities, of course. And then finally right here, we do get Jake Plummer, who is 6'2", 197, 89 speed, 93 acceleration, 97 throw power, good accuracies across the board. Over the top 1 is a release. Talked about that release today as well. And Jake Plummer right here, from an ability standpoint, he can go ahead and get the Gunslinger for 1. Again, the running gun for 2 is interesting. I also think the high point deadeye is interesting. Like what's called passers have the perfect ability or perfect action on the high throws under 20 yards. I think that's an interesting thing to run. I don't hate that. But it's definitely Gunslinger for 1. You could go Master Attack for 2, but at the same time as well, if you want to run one of those abilities, you can make Master Attack with Backyard Quarterback and Conductor for 2 AP. So yeah, I don't really hate the fact you saying, yeah, we're not going to run Master Attack right here. We can go Gunslinger and like High Point Deadeye, Gunslinger Long Range Deadeye, Gunslinger Running Gun. I think all those things make sense. We'll just go like Gunslinger High Point Deadeye right here, right? On top of that, again, you can run the discounted velocity abilities. I talked about that too, but Backyard Quarterback, Conductor in total for 3 AP right now, and then gift wrap for 4. So it's not a bad stack. Again, I think he's a really good quarterback. I just don't think he's in the S tier. He's slightly like less mobile than a lot of guys too. I just think he's in this big group of A tier quarterback. Now, 2 quarterbacks did get revealed as I was recording this. The first one up right here, we got Cordell Stewart, aka Slash, and this card is 97 speed, 98 acceleration, phenomenal there. Also 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. Over the top 5 as a release, and this time abilities on the card right here. I think the big thing and like how you really want to take advantage of them is running gun, and we did do a gameplay on this card. For me, it was running gun and Gunslinger for 2, and then on top of that, I ran the Master Attack for 3. On top of that, we went the gift wrapped for 1, and in total that's 6 AP. Not a bad ability stack. I think with the running gun, I do like this card, and for me, like I feel like we have a just like a lot of cards in A tier, but I think he's another A tier card, and I kind of want to put him more top end. Like I did really enjoy using the card. I like running gun a ton. And now finally right here, ending it off, we do get Jordan Love, who is 6'4", 219, 87 speed, feels a little bit lower with how cards are dropping in this game. 97 throw power, does have that 3/4 3, the Aaron Rodgers release, like the 3, what's called like the Slinger 1, you know. And on top of that, abilities on this card right here for discount: Gunslinger 1, Conductor 1, that's 2. Can't get backyard quarterback, so like you probably want Howard Master for 2. I just think the no QB playmaker is kind of tough at this point. Like, I don't think he's like the worst, but I don't really think he's that great either, man. For me, Jordan Love, I think maybe I can squeeze it because he's not really that mobile too, but I think I can maybe squeeze him into the B tier. Maybe more deserving of C. I don't hate that take, but I think I'm going to put him in the B tier right now. And yeah, boys, this has been my updated quarterback tier list and Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Go ahead and see me use these cards live on stream. Have been streaming both YouTube and Twitch to watch on YouTube. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.